Good late evening. Welcome to another edition of Real Sports Live Southwest.com. We're live from Luby's Cafeteria in Eagle Pass, Texas. We're here to gather for the Dinner with the Lady Eagles. That's right, the Eagle Pass Lady Eagles, who are on the tear through District 29 6A. They have a special edition of Dinner with the Lady Eagles at Luby's Cafeteria in Eagle Pass, Texas. And we're here to talk to several of the ladies about what this season has become as we start the second half of district play in District 29 6A. We'll talk to Coach Coca Ruiz first, and then after that we'll talk to several of the ladies. We want to thank you for joining us on the first pitch, realsportslive.com, southwest.com. We'll be back with more after this. Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But don't throw it away. Recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Hey guys, Eddie Sanchez, owner of Kumo Fitness, located at 575 Commercial Street in downtown Eagle Pass. We invite you guys to come join us. We got equipment for everything from machines to free weights to bumpers. You name it, we got it. Come check us out, guys.
Kumo Fitness, Supplements and Lifestyles at Mall de las Águilas. Come in and visit our store or our website at www.kfsubs.com. Don't miss the opportunity to be something you can be. Kumo Fitness, located at 575 Commercial Street, Eagle Pass, Texas. Stop by anytime, 24/7. Work out on your own time at Kumo Fitness.
Hey guys, welcome to Kumo Supplements and Lifestyle. My name is Eddie Sanchez. I'm the owner, and I invite you guys to come and join us any day of the week, Monday through Sunday, here at Mall de las Águilas.
Really got it, really got it, really got it, really got it, yeah. Really got it, 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 really got it.
And we're back, first pitch with the Lady Eagles. Dinner with the Lady Eagles at Luby's Cafeteria in Eagle Pass, Texas. We're with the catcher, senior Brooke Diaz. Signee, of course, she is furthering her education and going to the University of Louisiana Tech, or La Tech. She'll be at, what is it called, Texters?
Yeah,
Lady Texters. You can turn on your mic real quick. And
yeah, there you go.
The senior catcher, of course, she's the general on the field. She makes sure that everything runs smoothly on the field, knowing what to call and what not to call on the field as she takes care of business behind the plate for, of course, the lady in the circle, longtime pitcher. You guys have been the dynamic duo, Robin, Batman and Robin. Who's Batman and who's Robin?
It doesn't work. It doesn't matter like that. It doesn't work like that. It's
does
like
it?
We're Batman and Superman. Like, we both have
Batman.
our both, like, traits and our powers that we use, but, like, we're not each other's psychic. Like,
There you
we
go.
work together.
So that we're talking about Katie Galvan, of course, the pitcher who has thrown some gems throughout the season. This last game that you guys played at LBJ, 18-1.
Yes.
It was done in 5 innings or 6 innings, somewhere in there. You haven't allowed too many runs this season. I think the most you've allowed is 2 against Del Rio.
Wow.
Yeah, but everything else has been either 18-0 or 11-0 shutouts. So she's doing her job in the circle, and you guys, of course, doing the job behind the plate and, of course, at the plate. Yeah, at the plate. So this last game, of course, a lot of the young girls got a chance to see some field time. Let me go back, because you guys had a Seguin tournament where you lost to Denton Ryan, which is one of the premier.
Oh, yeah.
And then you also lost a close game in that one against, if I'm not mistaken, I think you lost the first 2 games of that tournament.
Oh, to Canyon and
Yeah, to Canyon, which is another
playoff bound team.
Yeah, playoff bound team. So those 2 teams, you guys lost early, and they were not, losses like blowouts. They were close games, but it was something about those 2 games that you guys got together, and I spoke to Coach Ruiz, and it seemed to turn on a switch with, of course, you guys, the seniors, you, Katie, Leslie, Lorelei, Alex Martinez, but the collective group, and said, we're not losing anymore. You guys have been on a roll, and have gone through District 29 6A at ease. I mean, the game that we covered against Del Rio was one of those games where it took you guys 3 or 4 innings before you guys got going.
Yeah.
But what can you tell me about that meeting that you guys had amongst players meeting? I know a lot of times you don't want to talk about what players talk about, but just inside of what was it about that turning point for you guys?
So definitely after those losses, we got together, and I mean, it was kind of like the seniors got together off to the side, and we told ourselves, this is our last year together. This is our last time to actually make a statement, to prove a point, because we haven't won district since our freshman year. So that was one big goal that we had in mind. And so going into district, because our Seguin tournament was right before district, we told ourselves, like, you know what, from this moment forward, like, we're not losing anymore. We can't have that mindset where, we have that doubt in our mind, or we don't have faith in each other. So that's where we went in, and we told ourselves, like, you know what, we're playing for each other, but most importantly, we're playing as one, which is what we've been doing so far.
Yeah, and of course, you having the senior core, but even the sophomores and the juniors that are on the team that are coming in and doing their job when they're told to do, and just like Flores has done in right field sometimes when she comes in, and then you have a courtesy runner in Vielma who comes in. You have these sort of players that know the role that they need to play and come in and do the role that is asked for them. Catching for Galvan, what has been one of the biggest things that you guys always tend to gravitate to each other and say, you know what, I got you, you got me, that kind of thing?
Well, I've always told her, like, have confidence in yourself. I know that she probably doesn't see as much pitching time in district, but again, like, she did pitch last game, and I told her, I was like, you know what, Alyssa, this is your time. You're going to go out and do great things. You've been practicing for this moment. Come playoffs time, we're going to need you, and we're going to use you who knows how long. Maybe Katie's going to do 1 or 2 innings and then put you in. So just go up there with that mentality that you're able to shut everyone and anyone down.
Emotional wise, how was that game against Del Rio, knowing that they were coming in 5-0, you guys were coming in 5-0, and it's a rival game. It's always been Del Rio Eagle Pass, and they have a pretty good pitcher who's a junior, Gonzalez, who did a great job holding your big bats to, as far as in check for a couple of innings. Up until about the third or fourth inning, that's when you guys started seeing her a little bit more and knowing what was coming. But what was it? What was the mentality in the dugout? And of course, you guys have a habit too of talking to each other after each at bat.
Oh yeah.
How is that, and where did that come from?
So going into that game, we're both undefeated. It's gonna be a good game. We both know that. Our team definitely knew that. But I would just tell everyone on the team, you know what? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like, yes, they're undefeated. Yes, they're a good team. We're facing a good pitcher, but don't go out there and just do more than what's expected of you. We have this saying where it's called 4 to score 1, and so that's just basically, once we get a run around, we'll move her with a bunt. If they ask me to bunt, I'll do it. But it's just that mentality, like we score run with 4 batters, and it's just the little things that matter. So with that game, like she did shut us down after a couple innings, but once we found that groove, our heart spoke for itself.
Yeah, she actually allowed 2 hits in the first 3 innings and that 1 run, and those 2 hits, one of them came from Lachey, which is the shortstop, and then the other one came from Alyssa Lara, who has had a tremendous season this year. So those kind of things is you're seeing the production from everybody, and not just the ones that you expect. Of course, you expect big things from Martinez, who just signed her letter of intent to UTPB, University of Texas at Permian Basin. So she'll be a Lady Hawk. She goes from an Eagle to a Lady Hawk. So, but what is the mindset that Coach tells you guys every game in and game out? And what do you guys talk about after every game? Because you guys have been having as much success, do you think that that's going to hinder you going into the playoffs?
So after every game, we tend to tell the girls, even though we did win, even though we did win against a team 18-0, 18-1, 23-0, that still doesn't mean that we can't put in work. We humble each other right after the game. We can't let that get to our head, because once playoff comes, we're not going to see these teams. We're going to see Valley teams, and we're going to see something completely different than what we've been seeing. So we try humbling down a little bit. When we go to practice, we tell them to put the work in, so that way when come playoff time, we're ready. Not just for, these pitchers that we've been seeing and, these shutouts that we've been having, but, close games and having everyone from role players to starters come through as one.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you need, and that's what you need collectively to make a playoff run, and again, get to that elusive 4th and 5th round, and of course the state title, because that's something that you want as a senior, going out and putting that stamp on that Lady Eagle history, and knowing the fact that again you've been a staple behind the plate for 4 years. Of course, that shortened year as a sophomore and not being able to play, but you've come up big in other ways because you're a leader amongst leaders on the team. That's Brooke Diaz, senior catcher for the Lady Eagles. Whoa, we've talked a lot about everything that we've gone through. So we'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com. Chicken, located at 1910 El Indio Highway, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wind Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. Order online through Facebook and save 10% on your purchase. From the Rodriguez family, come by before or after the game and enjoy some great food. That's it.
Hi, this is Roque Vela Jr., owner, operator of JetBowl North. And on behalf of my family and JetBowl North staff, I'd like to wish every student athlete a safe and successful year. Hi, this is Roque Vela, owner, operator of Playmore Family Entertainment. And on behalf of my family and Playmore Family Entertainment staff, I'd like to wish every student athlete a safe and successful year.
And we're back, Real Sports Live Southwest. We're with senior center fielder Leslie Martinez, and we're at Luby's Cafeteria. On Mondays, they have Feed Your Family for $29.95. Dine in from 3 to close. 2 adults at Luan Place plus 2 meals, 2 kids meals. Also Wednesdays and Saturdays, free kids eat for free. Kids entree serves with 2 sides, Jello bread, and a drink. Kids 10 and under with adult purchase. Go to Luby's.com to learn more. As we're at Luby's, dinner with the Lady Eagles. And Leslie Martinez, congratulations on your signing on Wednesday? Monday. Yes. Wednesday. Monday? Yeah, Monday.
Thank you.
Monday. We tried to make it, but we were unable to make your signing. But we have you here, and that's the good thing, right? University of Texas Permian Basin, and you'll be furthering your education, of course, your athletic prowess. Will you be playing center field?
Not sure yet, but I know that I'm considered an outfielder.
You're considered an outfielder?
Yes.
There you go. So, as I was talking to Brooke, the leader behind the plate, you're the leader at center field in the outfield. I know you guys have been rolling through District 29-6A, and of course that game against Del Rio, when you guys were coming in 5-0, of course you guys are unbeaten right now in district play. But that game, what was that game for you guys, knowing that you were at home? Of course, this Friday, tomorrow, you guys are actually at home for senior night and parent night. 7:30 is the first pitch. Of course, the ceremonies is before, but last year, knowing the fact that you guys went deep in the playoffs, knowing that this year you got a senior crew or a senior class that believes in each other, and what is it about you guys turning it on and keeping it on since those 2 games that you guys lost against Denton Ryan and Canyon? What was that Seguin tournament? What did that tournament mean to you guys? And saying, guess what, this is...
I guess we just thought about how it's our last year and that we won't have another year. So we just told each other to just play for each other, play as a team. Not like last year we had a bunch of complications. We just said this year just to be stress-free and just play for each other and just go as far as we can take the team since our last year. Just
have fun, basically. Yes, have fun and go out there and do what you got. Now having... A junior in the outfield in Flores. Romy Flores is playing in right. I know Alyssa was playing, but she got hurt. So you have Paola Daniels out in left field.
Yes.
But what is it patrolling the outfield and making sure that those 2 girls that are underclassmen know their role and understand, hey, we got to cover ground?
Yes. Well, in practice, I always push everyone as an outfielder. It doesn't matter if you're a starter or if you're not. I just tell everyone to just give it 110% because you never know when it's going to be your shot. And when we take like ground balls and outfielder pop flies, I just tell them to make sure to try and get every single one and act like if you're playing a game because you never know who's watching and you never know when it's going to be your time to shine or if you're going to make like that play, that one specific play during game time.
Of course, you go into UTPB. Howard Payne has Alex Martinez. La Tech has Brooke. Right. How many more do we have on the team that can sign?
I'm pretty sure everyone can sign. We're a pretty good team.
So again, knowing the fact that you guys are just talented from top to bottom, your 9 players on the field, and of course you have Kaylin Reese at first base that does a tremendous job over there at first base, and then you have Lachey Reyes at shortstop that has taken the role, and then Lori Lay moving from first base and being a senior leader that she is, and moving to second and saying, "Hey, I'm accepting that role." How is that understanding that, like you said, play for each other, but understanding that this is what the team needs from you?
I think Lori is honestly a team player, as you said. She plays every role, but I think everyone is a team player because, as I said, everyone wants to play and like everyone wants to win at this time. So the position doesn't really matter as long as you just give it your all and just perform at your very best.
It was your 2-out 2 RBI double that kind of opened that game up against Del Rio. You guys were winning 1-0, and then that because you guys had trouble to get to Gonzalez, their pitcher, but it was that double in the fourth, I believe, in the fifth inning. To left field where you it was a 2-out a 2-out 2 RBI double, and you I thought it was gonna be out, but
Me too. Me too. I couldn't believe it.
But coming back to understanding the fact that you guys from top to bottom in the batting order, I mean, an opposing pitcher has to go through, of course, getting to you, because getting through you first as the leadoff. You're one of those type of leadoff hitters where you're pesky. You want for the pitcher to throw that one pitch that you want, not what she's gonna want you to what she wants to throw. But what's your approach every time that you go up to the plate?
Well, I step in the box and I talk to myself just to be confident, to look for that specific pitch, and don't try to force a hit. Just try to get on for my team, and just a single base hit can literally spark the lineup. So that's what I look forward to.
So you have that mentality: get on, get over, get in.
Yes, pretty much.
Get on, get over, get in. That's the motto for Leslie Martinez. I know we talked earlier in the season, early on when we had the first pitch and introducing the senior class and everything. Last year, shortening your season, getting injured, and not knowing whether you were going to be back your senior year, because you had doubts about being back 110% or 100% and actually doing the job that you're known to do. But how was that rehab stint, and how was the drive of saying, you know what, I need to be back my senior year?
Well, honestly, it was tough at first. I really wanted to get out there, but I knew that I had to take it slow and try to recover to my fullest potential, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be able to play, obviously. So when I was able to do rehab and therapy, I would just give it my 110%. Like when we would be in the weight room, I would just give it my all, because I knew the off season was going to pay off during season.
Yeah, exactly. The off season is where champions are made, so to speak. The off season. So, again, congratulations to furthering your education at the University of Texas Permian Basin. How far is that? Where is that at? Where's the campus located? And have you had your official visit?
Yes, it's in Odessa, Texas.
Odessa.
Yes,
Odessa Permian.
Yes, and it is 5 hours from here.
So your parents already making plans of making sure that they go to your home.
Just visit.
Just visit, not well. At least go to the games, right?
Yes.
Or do they have what we have down here? Do they have does the college have what we have, where we can stream games?
I'm pretty sure.
There you go. Oh, you're pretty sure. She doesn't know yet, but she'll keep us posted from Odessa, Texas, as she will next fall be a hawk, a lady hawk, a falcon, hawk. Same bird, right?
Okay, yes.
Nah, I'm just kidding. The Falcon, the Lady Falcons of University of Texas Permian Basin. She becomes a hawk or a falcon from an eagle. Man, again, I know you didn't want to talk too much about what we had in store, but we want to make sure that people understand that being a student athlete is work. You have to make sure that your grades are there, and put in that work on the field and off the field. So that's why we want to talk to especially for those of you that like Brooke and yourself and Alex and amongst others that have made or gonna make that transition into the next level, the collegiate level. Of course, others that have gone is Kate Kat over at La Tech. She's doing a phenomenal job. Happy belated birthday to her. I know she had a birthday,
Yes.
I think on Monday, right?
Yes, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Monday. So
Tuesday.
that's Crystal de la Garza, and then de la Cruz. I'm sorry, de la Cruz, de la Cruz, and then of course Marichello over at Texas State. So again, softball, and we can go on and on. A list. Growing up in Eagle Pass, knowing all these lists of past Lady Eagles.
Yes.
Was that a dream of yours to say,
Yes,
hey, you know what,
it
going into the program, I want to, become a Lady Eagle, and then
Yes.
it's a little girl's dream here in Eagle
It
Pass.
is.
So, again, congratulations, and we'll be back with more. I think we'll finish with Miss Lady in the Circle, Miss Galvan, as she has. I mean, you guys sometimes don't get any action with her. The way she's pitched,
Pitching, yes. We're just there
you're like,
waiting for a ball, but she's doing a great job in the circle.
there you go. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com. Factory with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son ceritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Saritas Tortilla Factory.
STAT Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. We know that our patients deserve better than the typical cramped waiting areas and long lines. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated. STAT ER does its testing and evaluations quickly without the delays of a traditional emergency room. We utilize the full services of a standard ER department, including CT scan, bedside emergency ultrasound, x-rays, and a full clinical laboratory, with a focus on getting you taken care of without long wait times. STAT Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Eagle Grocery, located in downtown Eagle Pass, La Tienda de los Venados supports our local high schools. Come visit us as we remodel our store through the Main Street program. Come see our displays of our holiday party items. Come visit our meat market and enjoy our renowned homemade chicken salad. Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados.
Hey, I'm Sal Battalion from Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass, Texas. I invite you to come visit us, come take a test drive of one of our new or pre-owned vehicles, or come just visit our new facility. And just call Sal at 830-513-6675. Again, the number is 830-513-6675. Thank you.
Come visit us at Brown.
And we're back. Luby's Cafeteria in Eagle Pass, Texas. We had dinner with the Lady Eagles as we had a fundraiser for the Eagle Pass boosters. And
leave her alone for 1 second.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
We're with Katie Galvan, the Lady in the Circle. That's what we're going to call you, the Lady in the Circle.
Okay.
Of course, she is the young lady that has been in the circle for the Lady Eagles and making strides to, of course, make opposing hitters not want to be in the batter's box. As you've pitched, I think, 3 shutouts in district, 3 or 4 shutouts. I've lost count. I've lost count, but you guys haven't allowed as collectively as a team, as far as your defense behind you. has only allowed, I believe, the whole district, 4 to 5 runs total. You're like, yeah. It's
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, my defense has always been pretty solid behind me.
There you go. And as we talk about your defense, of course, you got Alec Martinez, who now came from the outfield, right field, came to third. And you got Lachey, who made the transition from third to short. And you got Lori Lay, who made the transition from first base to second base. You got, of course, Reese, a sophomore, doing a tremendous job there. And then you have Romy Flores over in right now, patrolling right field. Of course, you have your middle with Brooke, you and
Leslie. Yes, that's
solid all the way. But and then you have sometimes in right field, Alyssa Lara. Of course, she's been a DP lately because of a nagging injury that coming. But you seem to all have a collective purpose this year in 2019 for the season. And like I mentioned to Brooke and like I mentioned to Leslie, what was that hotel sit down with the seniors after losing to Canyon? And for you, of course, I've got their kind of explanation, but for you, what was about that Canyon and Denton Ryan games that you guys just said at the Seguin tournament that you guys said,
oh, okay,
you know what, this ain't happening, especially with two of those teams knowing that you're probably going to see them in the third or fourth round, and you guys have aspirations to go 5 deep in this this 2009.
Hopefully even farther.
There you go. State is really what you.
Yeah.
But what was about that meeting that you guys had, and can you tell me what was said from you? Of course, one of the leaders on the team.
Well, I'm gonna start off by what I got from it, and we just kind of set I guess like a rule, and we weren't gonna lose anymore, no matter what, whether it took our whole subs playing or the starters or subs and starters. We all said it that we weren't gonna lose from then on out, and we've been doing really good at that. We haven't lost. So
yeah, you guys have been on a roll.
We're on a 13
game winning streak. Yeah.
Yes, so we're doing really good on that part. And I mean, I guess I just kind of said that it was going to take everyone for us to go far, because, yes, our starters, they're starters. We all know our roles, our positions and everything. But there's going to be times when the subs need to go in and play like starters, where you need to go in, you need to step in and say, you know what, I know I just came off the bench, or I'm not so hot, but I'm going to come in and I'm going to get, a base hit to start off a rally, something like that. And just kind of telling them to have confidence in themselves, because that tournament, we were like, oh, like we're doing so good, and then we lost, and we were like, whoa, like this is not us. And we kind of we kind of humbled down, and we were like, whoa, like really, like, we were kind of like, oh my gosh, like that really just happened.
Yeah.
So we kind of just had to refocus and tell ourselves, have confidence in yourself, go back to the little things, believing in yourself, not having such a negative outlook at stuff, okay, I had an RBI. And thinking of it as, oh, well, I didn't get on, when instead you can be like, well, I got an RBI, I scored someone. Yes, I got out, but I did my job, even if the sack bunt, stuff like that. It was just really the little things that we were talking about.
And that's what kind of put the mindset of the whole team, because it from top to bottom, like I mentioned to Brooke and Leslie, Ms. Martinez, is collectively you guys have gone from 1 through 9 and deep in your lineup, even the subs coming in for courtesy runners or coming in and knowing what they got to do, and as you mentioned, it just takes those little things that have turned this season to a season where you can't be stopped.
Yeah.
I don't see a team in District 29 6A right now that can really do. I mean, you guys took care of United for the second time, 12-1.
Yes.
And then you guys beat them up there in Laredo. You guys took care of LBJ, and you got to also see some Alyssa Galvan in the circle, and knowing the fact that she's your next kin. I mean, that's the next pitcher coming in after you leave. You're a senior. But looking at her in the circle, do you see some of you when you were a freshman, sophomore?
Of course I do. Totally. She's like my little
Sister.
like my little baby. I'm out there, like trying to mold her, and she's over here like doing things, and I'm like, why are you doing that? And then I'm like, wait. Okay, I did the exact same thing, and I guess because I've already gone through it, I look at her and I'm like, you're fine. Don't freak out. You're fine.
Yeah.
Like, we all go through this, And, like, being a freshman, my freshman year, I didn't have really, like, a senior pitcher.
Okay.
To, like, here, this is all the rules. This is everything. So I kind of had to set everything. And I did have help, of course. Like, there was Mandy, Appleton,
Yes.
Ana Aguado. I had help. It just wasn't like I am the ace, here's all the rules.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it was more of okay, just test the waters and see what happens. So, of course, I totally see, a lot of me in
lot of you in
Alyssa. Yes.
But in knowing the fact that you're going to pass the reins to somebody that you know that you have confidence in, that she's going to, lead the Lady Eagles, in the next couple of seasons. I want to go back and touch on the Del Rio game.
Okay.
You guys were coming in 5-0.
Yep.
It took you guys a while. Both teams were kind of feeling out, and Gonzalez for them was phenomenal, just like you were. It was kind of a pitcher's duel for the first like 4 innings. And then you guys, of course, the sticks came out in the 4th and the 5th. What was the demeanor after giving up those 2 solo home runs? For you, it was one of those, because I was there at the game. But what was your demeanor, and what did your catcher tell you after that second one? The second one was a first pitch. I don't know if it was a mistake pitch or you didn't mean it, but she really just
yeah.
It was Gonzalez, the pitcher, who took it to, I think, left center.
Yes.
But what was your demeanor there in knowing, okay, we have 2 outs, I gave up 2 runs, two solos, but coming back and then, taking care of, I think after that.
She hit, the next batter hit to me.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
right.
slow grounder to the left side.
Yeah. After though, I'm thinking, okay, no, this is yours. This is y'all's. I'm looking, because you had 2 quick. Actually, you had 1 out. You had 2 outs, and when you gave up that to Valdez, the lefty, which I think it was a 3-2 pitch. It was an outside pitch. You were staying away from her.
The first home run?
Yes.
No, the first home run was a changeup.
Was a changeup, but it was outside
Yeah.
because she extended on that one. She drove it that way.
Yeah.
So okay, you understanding the sequence and understanding what was it about those pitches? You left them in a spot where you just couldn't do anything about it.
I mean, we could have been smarter. I'm nothing against, the pitches that was called or anything.
Yeah.
But we could have been smarter because my fastball, and I'm not crazy speed or anything. It's not like I throw 65 or anything.
But you have pinpoint. I mean, you can locate it.
My accuracy is what I'm better at, I guess you could say that. So the fastball with my accuracy was really, helping us, because I was like, all right, I'm going to hit this outside pitch right on the corner, and I would hit it. And it was fine. And they were like, a little bit late, just a little bit late, where it was still with the perfect spot that I would pitch it at. It was the perfect outcome.
Exactly.
And then throwing a changeup to hitters who can't catch up is like perfect for them.
Yeah.
So on that, I guess we could have been smarter. But the other pitch, she just got all of it.
Yeah.
It was just one of those. It's like, wow, okay, like props to you. You hit it.
You hit it. Well, you went to 2 outs, and then you gave up those 2 solo home runs. But it was just those 2 runs. I mean, you kind of took control. I think you only gave up. You scattered only 3. That's 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 7 hits, 7 hits, and only gave up those two runs. But after that solo home run, you gave up another hit, and then Diaz was the one who their number 9 hitter, who went 0 for 3. I mean, she really you had her, and she just kind of, it was a dribbler back to you, and that's the way the game ended. But let's talk about your power, because you've hit some.
Oh my gosh, my puppy power.
I mean, you've again, as a broadcaster, you hear these things out here in the public, and you hear in the fans, and it's like having another leadoff down in the lineup.
Like a second lead off.
Yeah,
Yes,
so, I mean, and if you get 2 or 3 runners on, and you come on, you've handled the you've we got some of the supporters here, Mr. Elizondo and his family. Of course, we just finished dinner with the Lady Eagles. It was from 5 to 8, and we always like to come and eat. It's fun. And do these kind of shows. The first pitch with RealSportsLifeSouthwest.com. Okay, talking about your power. You've hit, 4 home runs now this year?
Oh my gosh, no.
3, 4?
No.
It's been 3 or 4.
No, I have not.
Okay,
No.
you're being modest.
No, I've hit 1.
No, you've hit.
No.
Remember, you hit some in tournament play.
No, I hit 1.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I've
Then
had
you know what?
maybe like 5 or 6 I've hit the fence
Okay.
and should have been out. But that's what we call puppy power. When you have just enough power to hit the fence,
warning
but
track
not to
power.
go over it.
You still don't have the full. Well, again, as a pitcher, a lot of times they use the flex with the pitcher, right?
Yes.
Or the DP or whatever. But does anybody? But for you, I mean, Coach Reese believes in your bat and believes that you can hit a double or a triple or get those what we call
Those clutch hits.
Exactly. But does that put you more in the game?
Yes. I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you, but
no.
yes, it totally does. Because you're seriously like, okay, I get 3 outs. Let's say I throw 3 pitches, and then I'm sitting on the bench waiting to pitch, like when I wouldn't hit.
Yeah.
And 15 runs later, I'm cold.
Yeah.
I'm cold. And yes, you can have a jacket on. You can throw a couple bullpen pitches, but that's nothing than actually going out there and swinging and,
yeah.
hitting the ball.
Yeah.
This is totally putting me a lot more in the game, you
Exactly.
know.
Knowing the fact that you're in the game, you're constantly. What has been the key for you this season as a senior, knowing the fact that you can rely on Brooke and the coaching staff to put you in the right spot to pitch how you've been pitching? I mean, I've been able to see a handful of games for you guys, and it's every time that I'm broadcasting, I say, that you can pinpoint your fastball, you can change speeds. Not only that, you have a command in that circle that it's the tempo that you have too. Is that something that you and Brooke talk about? Because I know pitchers sometimes like to fast pitch, like they grab it and they're back in the thing.
Oh,
but
I don't.
There's a tempo about you.
Like a. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I've been catching with Brooke for almost 4 years now, you know. So I guess maybe our freshman year we were kind of like, okay, like I go slow, I pitch slow. I'm not gonna be pitching like like how Cresdorn would pitch.
Exactly.
Cresdorn would
She'll
step on
get
the
it-
mound
exactly,
and go
and
off.
go-
No,
yeah.
I'm not a pitch like that. I will turn around. I will even go farther than the circle, the end of the circle. Turn around, take a couple breathers if I need to. You know, find a focus point, look at it, and be like, all right, you can do this. You know, I'm more of a take a breather. I'd rather do that.
In other words, they gotta wait for me to do my thing.
Exactly. I'm not gonna go up there and be hurried. Even if the umpire is telling me to rush, I'm not going to. And I mean, it does help our whole defense because the coaches are calling out, the scouting report and telling them, what's going on. So if I was to do quick pitches, it'd be a lot harder. And there's sometimes even when I get in trouble for pitching too quick, and I'm like, I take forever.
Yeah.
But
Do you want me to take
it's
even an
okay.
eternity for it? Yeah, right. One last question, and I know that, but one last question. I know last year you had Cresdorn that coach would bring in certain moments of, in the 5th inning or whatnot, kind of change up the base and then bring you back. How is it this year not having that come into play, because Alyssa doesn't do that, Galvan. They don't bring her in unless it's, for them to give her some actual innings.
I get you.
Because it's different from what last year's kind of tandem was to this year. But has it changed for you, or how do you, what's the feeling behind that? The fact that you're not being pulled out and then pulled back in when, let's say, the game's on the line again.
Well, I mean, I like it this year a lot better because, I mean, last year it was more of like an iffy thing. Like, okay, like I can go back in or I can go out. You know, it was more of like that. And Curzon would usually always do great, so I wouldn't have to go back in.
Exactly.
But, you know, there's times where, like, oh, I need to go back in. And I'm like, what? Like, why?
I was already in my...
Exactly. I was already kind of calming down, you know, not out of the zone, but, like, you know, getting out of it. So, I mean, it's all really just about adjusting. That's all, like, everything is. But it's, I mean, for me personally, I like it a lot better. I'm getting a lot more pitching time. So, I mean.
Everybody's saying bye as we finish off this segment of the first pitch from Luby's Cafeteria in Eagle Pass, Texas. We're with Katie Galvan, the senior hurdler pitcher for the Lady Eagles, the lady in the circle. I have to like put something, but I have to do that. And we talked about the, you know, the fact that you guys are rolling and have, you know, what is it about this team that you guys have kind of minced it together and said, okay, we're gonna roll and we're not, like you said, we're not gonna lose? But has it been any doubts in this 13-game winning streak?
Well, in this, I would say in the district play, no, we don't. As soon as district started, you know, as soon as we set that, you know, that promise that we weren't going to lose anymore, there were no doubts. You know, there's times where we get, you know, down on ourselves, or, you know, there's those little times, but there wasn't really a really big doubt where we were like, oh my gosh, like, we're going to lose, or like, I'm never going to hit again. You know, there's not stuff like that. But before, I mean, we were still early in the season. We didn't know how we were going to play, you know, together as a team. Like, yes, we had confidence in each other, but to have truly a bond and be able to say, okay, she has my back no matter what, you need to play games with each other. Of course you do. So in the beginning, maybe there was, you know, little bits of like, okay,
doubt.
You know, yeah, exactly.
The doubt.
But I mean, now there's none at all. We all bond with each other. The seniors, we're doing a really good job, and so the underclassmen, you know, they're
are buying into the program and what you guys do.
We all have the exact same mentality. We all want to, at the end of the day, we all want to, you know, get a W. So, I mean, it's pretty good overall.
Tomorrow you guys have a game at 7:30. That's parent night, senior night for the Lady Eagles. 7:30 at the Student Activity Center softball complex. And you guys were playing host to Laredo Nixon.
Yes.
You guys beat Nixon in the first round over at Zachary.
Not my favorite fields, but okay.
Well, okay. It's not your favorite field because...
But we have a winning streak there. We've never lost. And I'm very superstitious.
Okay,
so
on field 1 or field 2? Because there's a difference because, remember, you guys played on field 1 facing the gymnasium.
I don't have a good memory. I do not have a good memory. You're talking about gymnasiums and stuff. And I don't even remember.
That one field that you guys played the first round, I think you played not Mac High. Who was the first round last year? I'm trying to remember. La Jolla? No, not La Jolla. And then in the second round, you guys played on the opposite side, facing out the second and third round.
I don't know. I just know that one of the fields, we have a winning streak on it. We've never lost.
So you guys want to keep it that way.
So, I mean, I don't like the field.
Superstitious. Okay, is there something you do in the circle also? Is there?
Well, okay. I'm very superstitious. So you just opened up a whole book of stuff. There's at the very top of the circle, right? Yeah. I go to the very, very top, like right in the middle, very, very top.
Yeah.
And I make 3 lines for 3 outs.
Okay.
And then I draw a W with my cleat.
There you go.
Specific. I go with the side, and then I go with the front cleat, and then I go with the side. If that
it's
makes
very
sense.
it's very specific in the 3 lines plus is it the
Plus
right cleat?
Yes, my right cleat.
So it's not the left. So you don't do nothing with your
I
left.
don't do anything with the left. It's
Because
a
you're,
W.
of course, you're righty.
Well, yeah. So I do a W, and then when we get another out, then I go and do 2 lines, and then you get 1 out, and I do and then I do
So
1 line. So yeah.
That is superstitious.
I'm very superstitious.
So you can safely say softball and baseball players are both superstitious.
Yes.
So
Very.
don't forget, tomorrow night we're going to be live from the Student Activity Center in Eagle Pass, Texas, here at home. We're going to be broadcasting the Lady Mavericks first at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And then you guys, the Lady Eagles. So I'm not traveling to Laredo tomorrow. The boys are playing in Laredo against LBJ.
Okay.
So
Just because it's OBJ, you'll broadcast us. Only.
No. There's other reasons, but I'm not going.
Okay.
Not going into those tonight. Anyways, the first pitch. We talked to Coach Coca earlier, and he said, "Let the girls have their moment." He didn't want to. He was camera shy today. I don't know why, but he was camera shy today. But anyways, he just wanted to make sure that you girls were, of course. The other thing, I know that we got Alex at Howard Payne, we got Brooke at La Tech, we got Leslie going to UTPB. Nowhere yet?
I mean, no comment.
No
I
comment.
can say that.
Okay, no comment. No comment because, again, we're waiting for the right fit for Ms. Galvan for the next level. I didn't want to put you on the spot, and I didn't. I just said...
You're fine. You're fine.
Is there anywhere? But again, it is what it is. So, again, congratulations on a phenomenal season. I know you guys started the second round of district play, and you guys are going to finish in Del Rio.
Yep.
At their
But
field.
Del Rio just lost to United.
I know they lost to United 6 or no. Was it 6-1? Yeah, 6-1.
Something like that.
Yeah, 6-1. It was kind of one of those games where
it was
after
nothing against United, but it was an upset no matter what.
Yeah, well,
if you look at stats, that was an upset.
Well, their lefty Kelly.
Kelly,
yeah.
yes. Props to Kelly.
Yeah,
props to her.
And again, it's just one of those things where if the bats were going for United, because you've been able to kind of put a stop to every single batting order. Even United, Davila didn't do too much against you, and Davila usually is a power hitter and can spray the ball, but she hasn't done She hasn't done much. I can go on and on, but we don't have time. You're watching Real Sports Live Southwest from Luby's as we finish dinner with the Lady Eagles in the first pitch. Thank you, Ms. Galvan, and again, we will see you guys next time on Real Sports Live Southwest.com.
Lifestyle. My name is Eddie Sanchez. I'm the owner, and I invite you guys to come and join us any day of the week, Monday through Sunday, here at Mall de las Águilas.
Really got it, really got it, really got it, really got it, yeah.